Hello friend, my name is Asindra and today I'm going to continue playing for you Uncommon Time by Feral Phoenix. Now last time we went into Uncommon Time, which was a rip in space-time at the bottom of Folio Library, and we basically beat Alto's inner everything negative. There's like fear and hatred, malice, envy. And so I teleported up here, and I was just going to get up to the, to libretto. But there's this kid wandering around inside here. So, this place is pretty big. I wonder how far down it goes. I don't know if this kid should be, like, wandering around down here. That seems unsafe. And they seem to not care. Oh, she was wandering around in that room you guys opened up. Is she really okay by herself in there? No. Take her out. She's faster than any monster. She's fine. God, you'd think we didn't come here in order to lay low for a while. I did explain the situation to her, and she's not stupid or anything, so I guess she's just getting carried away again. What do you mean lay low? What did you guys do? Or are you hiding from somebody? That's odd. Anyway, we're going to hang out in libretto, so... Oh. Anyway, let's go to the inn first. So I guess we're going to the inn in libretto. Oh, look at that. When I was inside in the music box, the other me inside my mind explained it to me. The world tuning went wrong because I'm not the only one whose feelings were uncertain. Everyone here, all of us, have some reason to hate the world and wish for it to end. And I was drawn to that, as much as I was drawn to your personalities and your music. In one sense, this is what I was supposed to do. By finding like-minded people, I was able to guarantee that we would be unified. But our doubts, our hatred and despair and resentment, they all resonated and combined, and our other wish opened the door to the winter. It's not too late to fix things, but if left as it is, there will never be another spring in this country. And the whole world will eventually follow suit and freeze. I don't know about the rest of you. I don't know if your feelings run as deep as mine, and I don't think I have any right to ask. I guess, in my case, I couldn't even start to weigh the question of whether or not I wanted to save the world after all, until I acknowledged my feelings for what they are and accepted them, and turned them into a sword. This whole time, I'm not sure, but I think I've backed myself into a corner all this time, thinking that having these negative feelings means that I'm a failure as a hero. But they're still my feelings. They're mine, and I'm allowed to have them. They don't mean that I'm a bad person, and they don't have to dictate what I'm going to do, either. Being able to tell myself that is a relief. You really are strong, Alto. What do you mean? I mean, like, just say hypothetically that I did feel things kinda like that. I wouldn't want to acknowledge that as a part of me, let alone accept it. I would rather get rid of my flaws and faults than just decide it's okay to live with them forever. Compared to you, I bet that just sounds cowardly, doesn't it? No, I don't think so. You and I are different, so the best and healthiest solution for me might not work for you at all, you know? We all come from different places, and I can't speak for anybody but me. Anyway, my point is that now that I understand everything, I've still made the choice to try to save the world, regardless. This won't work ideally without all of us, but now more than ever, I have no right to pressure you into coming with me. If we've suffered similar doubts, you all have to make your own choices by yourselves. And if you don't want to do this anymore, I'll accept that. So, what do you all want to do? Do you still want to save the world? It's horrible, isn't it? I just can't make myself care about what happens to this world yet. But I do care about you, Alto. Whatever you decide, I will always be with you. If that means saving the world, then I will gladly go as long as I'm by your side. Yeah, for now, that's fine. I don't know if the losses you've suffered are something you'll ever be able to live with comfortably. But you need time if you want to get to know this world and find a place in it, too. At least, I want you to have that. And, we don't have that much time to decide this, so I'm happy to have you with me. Whether we choose to save the world or not, there are things that won't change. The bitterness in my own heart can't be cured so easily. But from the beginning, I have wanted to make sure that you and Mayrin have a future. You're both bright and wonderful girls who deserve much better than the experiences you've had. And just like you said to Aubrey, that will take time that will only be available if we do something about this winter. So don't worry, I still intend to see the world tuning all the way to the end. I saved Saki once. I was able to save someone important to me once. I don't think that's proof that I'll be able to do it again, but it's something. I can't be certain that I can face down the ugly and petty parts of me. I can't be confident about hoping for things to get better. But I want to be the kind of person that can do that. Saki, I don't want you to give up on the things you say you won't change. Teagan, what do you think? I don't know what the right thing to do is. But I've never known that, so it's not like that changes anything. I've never known from the start, but you say you still want to save the world, despite everything. Even though if there's any one person that'd ever have the right to abandon it, that'd be you. I don't know, if that's what you've decided, I guess I can get behind that. The things I don't like about society aren't big or unchangeable enough that it calls for the whole world's worthiness of salvation into question for me, honestly. Blah. And I want to try to have faith in your decisions. Teagan, I really wish that you'd been able to say that kind of thing from the beginning. I know. I took the long way, unlike the rest of you. I wonder if it'd have changed anything. If I'd gotten all that bad shit out of my head sooner. Who knows? This is the path we've taken to get here. For better or for worse. We can't take that back. Yeah. I'm glad we're all on board, anyway. Well, I've got my shortcomings as a leader too, so please bear with me from here on out like always. I like this song. This is pretty. Yes, and please bear with your eccentric ensemble members too. Okay, changing gears here, the next problem we have to work with is the grand score. I tried to recover as much of the first violin score as I could, but I'm pretty sure I'm still missing pieces. I'm sorry. So even if we manage to fit these together correctly, I don't know what we'll do for the missing bits, let alone how to stick it back together. I'm really sorry. If anyone has any ideas. Oh, Mayrin, what is it? I actually have how it's supposed to sound memorized. Really? Yeah, well, I'm a street performer, really, and I also do a lot of jam sessions. So, aside from modern techniques and improvising, the most important thing I've learned in the past 3 years is how to play by ear and memorize music, even when I don't have the score. I wouldn't be as sure if this was your or Teagan, if this were your part, or Saki's, or Aubrey's, but Teagan and I played the same instrument. I'm pretty sure I have it memorized correctly. Seriously? That's amazing. The only thing is, I don't know if I'd be able to write it down correctly. I hardly understood what some of that notation even meant, so copying it down would just be... I think I could help you with that. Saki, it's like Mayrin says, it's a rare street performance that you can actually set up a music stand to. It's much more convenient and safe to just play from memory. I have my part memorized too. Mayrin's memory is better than mine, so I wouldn't be confident in my memory of the other parts. But at the very least, if someone can describe the effect or play a part back to me, I should know how to mark it down. I don't know if I could actually play all of Teagan's part, even though I have it memorized. My own part was hard enough. Then I might be able to help with that too. We don't memorize our parts the way I learned to play, but I still ought to be able to remember bits and pieces. And if I play back the parts that are written down, I'll at least be able to tell whether or not they are right. Wow, that actually got solved a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Don't go counting your chickens before they're hatched. I don't know if I'll be able to do it 100% right. Then, I don't know if you could put it back together right. But I can at least give you what's left of the sheet music. You might be able to use it to check your work. It's better than nothing. Alto, thanks for picking it up. I don't know if anyone's told you that yet, but I just couldn't leave it there. I don't like leaving things behind just because they're broken or someone's decided they're worthless. I know what that feels like. Alto. Well, it's not worthless. It might it might save us from making mistakes, right? Yeah. Anyway, Aubrey, do you think you might be able to help them? I wish I could be of use, but even though I saw the original being worked on, the bits and pieces I am more familiar with might not be the same as the final version. Thought so. Does it make me bad to be relieved that I'm not the only one that's not going to be of any help whatsoever? No, I feel the same way. Earth to stupid couple. What? Then, do you mind if we find a quiet place to work? If we're all in the same room, but you two are off doing something different, we might wind up bothering each other. That means we get to bang. No. Sure, that sounds reasonable to me. Mayrin, Saki, if Teagan's just being a nuisance and not contributing, scold her firmly and kick her out of the room. I'll also allow smacking her very lightly with something thin, like a folder or a thin book, or rolled up paper. Hey. Okay. We'll come get you when we're done, okay? No problem. Good luck and don't push yourselves too hard. What are we gonna do? I mean, besides banging, probably. No. It's been a while, hasn't it? Teagan and Mayrin are both perfectionists, so it wouldn't surprise me if they take all night. Or, 12 days. Actually, there was something that I wanted to talk to you about in private. Yes? When I was leaving the music box, I saw Arietta. You did? Yeah. She looked like the statue in Bel Canto. Her hair was the same color as mine, and she had green eyes. She didn't say anything, she just smiled at me. Do you think it was really her? I don't know for sure, but I want to think so. Because I felt like she really had been watching over me the entire time, and that she'd accepted me for who I am. Even though, deep down, I'm nothing but a mess of resentment and hate, you know? I thought about how you felt the great magician's magic all throughout Uncommon Time. If she's there, I wouldn't be surprised if he's still there too, somehow. I don't understand, though. I don't know how they would still be alive after all this time. That place is a weird sort of half-existence, and I don't think that time passes the same way inside and out. Like I said, I don't know, but it really does feel like they're still there, looking out for us. It would be nice if you were right. I don't know if we'll ever be able to investigate it, but I wanted to tell you. Maybe once things settle down and we can start looking for Altair's grave. Oh, so look for the grave and then go back to Uncommon Time. Okay. I did tell you that we would. I mean to keep that promise, if you're up for it. Yes. Well, anyway, it seems like those guys are gonna be busy for a while, so wanna mess around? Alto? There was a nice atmosphere up until now. Way to mess that up. Sorry. Oh, honestly, you and your one-tracked mind. Is that a no, then? Well, we are alone together for once, so just a bit is okay. Yay! That took a while. But at least it's finished, yes? Yeah, finally. Hey, guys! Oh, did she open the door? I think we should probably let them have their alone time. Seriously. It's really late anyway. We might as well sleep on it and talk about the score when we've had some rest. Right? Right. I really wish that I could do that, the music notes over my head. It reminds me of Animal Crossing, and, like, my favorite emote thing in Animal Crossing is the Glee one, where they whistle, kind of, almost, and they have the music notes, and it's really cute. Anyway, so how did it go? We were actually finished by around midnight. We just couldn't actually talk about it because... Ugh, don't say it! Ow, that was my ears. Now, you all. Yeah, anyway, we finished copying the score. It's all copied out, right to the best of our knowledge, but we want you to take a look at it. Huh? Aubrey. Huh? This is... Teagan, would you mind just running through this real quick? Just a little bit is fine. Nah. Oh, nah, you won't mind. Okay, cool. Okay, just for reference sake. Mayrin, would you do the same with your part? Me? Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is weird. I'm pretty sure that the music is exactly right, but it's missing something. When Teagan played, it didn't have that grand score-ness to it. You know, the part that pulls you in and makes you want to play too? When Mayrin played, it did. Teagan, what about you? You said that you knew the grand score was the real thing because of how it drew you in, just looking at it. Do you get that feeling when you look at the new sheet music? And that's the thing, I don't. When it was all done, all of us sensed that something was off. But by that point, we'd all been staring at it for so long that none of us were comfortable trusting only our judgment. I'm sorry. I ran my mouth like I could take care of it, and yet... think you did anything wrong. Like I said, the music has been copied perfectly. I never could have done this by myself. I think there's gotta be something about how the original score was written. Maybe the materials or the magic used to preserve it? Aubrey, do you know anything?
I'm sorry. I don't.
Now this is throwing a wrench into my plan B too. What plan B? I thought that maybe if we couldn't restore the score, we might as well just write a totally new piece. Whoa, what? The grand score that's been passed down all of this time is a wonderful piece of music, it's true. And being able to play that music that Arietta composed herself makes me really happy. But I don't think it suits us very well.
My, what do you mean?
I get the feeling I'm going to be really bad at explaining this. But the grand score, just the feel of the melody and the way it's set up with such a steady measure and tempo makes it like... This is a piece that's meant to be played by people who've already conquered their doubts and insecurities. Whatever answer they're meant to find, they already have it. It's really confident and filled with hope. But that's not why we're going to perform the world tuning. We're still struggling with our doubts, and none of us are willing to save the world for our own sakes. But we want there to be an answer. I thought that if we could express that in music, and maybe change up the style a little to suit our strengths more, then when we try again, we'll have a much higher chance of success, or something like that. That made about as much sense as usual, yeah. But I get the feeling I sort of understand where you're coming from. I actually really like that idea. Especially the part about playing with the style. I just can't wrap my head around a lot of the fiddly little Baroque stuff, even when I like it.
I would feel a little sorry that we wouldn't get to use Lady Arietta and Lord Altair's music, but I think it's a wonderful idea. To be able to leave something like that in the world. I almost feel like that opportunity is wasted on someone like me, but I can't say I don't want to.
Right? But at this rate, it seems like even if we were able to write something, it wouldn't work. There's something about the old score that we can't duplicate as we are now. Why don't you go talk to the fairies? Either way, I think we should go back and ask Luminoso and the other spirits about it. There we go. Assuming that there's something we can do about the whole not rightness thing. Do we want to ask about fixing the old score or writing a new one?
Judging from everyone's opinions, shouldn't we ask if writing our own piece is plausible? It sounded as though everyone wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think we should at least run it by them. Sorry, Mayrin. I asked you to do all that work for nothing. No, it's okay. Saki and Teagan taught me about a bunch of things, and I'm really happy that I was able to duplicate the music correctly. I like your idea, so don't worry about it. Besides, this way we'll have a whole complete piece we can use as a reference, right? I guess so. Okay, let's go back to Tenuto Spring. Obtain grand score 1, ? Alright, so I will see you there. In we go.
Cutscene.
I like how the spirits are just there. So that's the situation, but do you guys know anything about why our fixing the score didn't seem to work? Let's see, Scherzo is the dark spirit, so... Well, the paper and ink used to record the score are special. Using flimsy human stuff's not gonna work as good, you know? Oh, really?
The paper that Arietta used was prepared in rituals particular to our people and made from the hearts of trees that volunteered their wood.
That doesn't sound like anything we'd be able to do. we will be able to procure and provide thy paper, the paper, if thou dost need it. That'd be really great, if it's not too much trouble. What about the ink? There's a spirit that lives in the lake west of Polyphony who can make it. They're kind of a weirdo and like to be alone, but that's the kind of ink we use for any big ceremony. So they're used to someone coming to bother them every now and again. You can go and bug them, and they ought to be able to help you. The materials really make that much of a difference? Once the score is transcribed with the proper materials, there is a ceremony used to consecrate it. The compulsion to play it and how well it stays preserved are the results of that ceremony. Okay, thanks. Can we consecrate it? Or can you consecrate it, I guess? We should be asking them. And, we did have one other question. Yes? We thought we might try to write our own score, one that suits us better. Would we be able to make that work? A new score. I see. You would have to rely on your instincts more than ever before. The part of you that understands the world tuning and the fabric of our world will know how to write a piece with similar properties. I expect that it will take much more trial and error in that case. Even Arietta took many years to complete the existing grand score. And we don't have that kind of time, right? I still think it's worth a try. Either way, once you have procured the materials and recorded a working piece, come to us and we will seal it. Good luck. Okay, thanks. So basically, the final stuff is going to be good. Not good, but using the good stuff that actually make it work. Whereas, when you're writing it, I guess use a pen and, like, normal paper. I don't know, I'm just thinking, sorry. Anyway. Solène is, okay. It isn't as though I care, but doesn't Shale hate humans even more than I do? Huh? Didn't I say so? No. It will be alright. As they say, adversity builds character. I wonder. Ooh, are you actually worried about them? Why would I be? I feel like anytime Tacit is around any of the other fairies, she's just like pinching the bridge of her nose the entire time. Anyway, so we're gonna be off to Polyphony, I think. The one with the I think that's Polyphony. With the water lake thing next to it that's blocked off by people. So look forward to that. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.